was reading a report from a different denomination. About 20 years ago at their General Assembly, they passed a resolution that called for every home of the people in their churches, every home needed to build what they called a family altar. That language, family altar, goes way back into the history of the church. Family altars are not so much a place as much as an experience, although I have seen it as a place. Years ago, I was doing a revival out in West Texas, up in the Panhandle, and after an evening's proclamation, I was invited to visit a family the next day, and I went to the house they were building, remodeling the house, and in that remodel, in the living room, they were building literally a family altar. Off the main room, they had constructed a smaller room, and in that room they had built in a table, and on that table they had put a Bible and a couple of candlesticks, and surrounding that table they had put kneeling benches, kneeling rails. And the father explained to me that it was his intention that every morning before breakfast his family would gather in that place to pray, and every night before going to bed his family would gather in that place to pray. He said, "This is going to be our family altar." That's a real literal way to interpret the meaning of the phrase, but the idea is that our homes, our families, our personal lives, not just at church, but in our family lives, in our home lives, have got to have a center of devotion. There's got to be a place where we acknowledge the presence of God. We're told in Scripture that everywhere Abraham pitched his tent, he built an altar. Where do we build our altars? Where is the altar of your devotional life? Not at church, but in the living of your life out there away from church. And what do you put on that altar? And what do you do at that altar? Answering those questions just might be the secret to the revitalization of your spiritual life.